This is our second video in Unit 6 called Scientific Notation. Numbers can be written two ways. First of all, scientific notation is when we have our 10 to the whatever power we have. So, for instance, 2.3 times 10 to the fourth. That's scientific notation. Standard notation, that's the typical way we see numbers. So that would be like 23,000. Okay, both of these two numbers here are the same. This one's scientific, this is standard. Here's three examples we're going to write in scientific notation. When we think of scientific notation, we first need to know where is the decimal point. So in our first example, the decimal point is after the 0 here. So there's our decimal point. Now, the other thing we need to know is when we write in scientific notation, we need a number that's between 1 and 10. So if I move the decimal in between the 7 and the first 0 there, I then would get a number between 1 and 10. So that'd be 7.004. Now I don't write the last three zeros because they don't really matter with the number. We don't want to include those zeros at the end. And then we see how far did I have to move the decimal point to create that number. Well, I see I moved it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's 6 spots I moved it. 6 place values. So in my scientific notation, and it's base 10, I had to move it 6 times. So that's my exponent. Now it's not a -6 because this is a big number. When we have a big number, it's a positive exponent. Now here, if I want to make a decimal or a number between 1 and 10, I need to move my decimal point there. So I'd have 3.2. Now, how many times do I move it? I move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. Okay, that's 5 place values. Now, this is a small number. It's a really small decimal. So it's a negative exponent. Okay. Another thing to think about, if I move right, it's positive. If I move left, it's negative. Our last problem here looks like it's in scientific notation, but the decimal is slightly off. It needs to be over here in between the 1 and the 6. So my number should be 1.69. Now, that's going to change this exponent right here. That was a -6. Now, like the example in number 1, if we moved it to the right, that means my exponent has to go up, okay? That means I'm going to add 1 to -6. So -6 plus 1 equals -5. Okay, so my exponent should be now -5. So there's our answer in scientific notation. Here on these three problems, we're going to go back to standard form. So we're going to kind of undo what we did. All right, so when I see this -3, my exponent, that's a small number, okay? So that decimal, we have to go back to the left where it came from. Okay, so that's 3 spots. All right, so that's 0.0042. Okay, again, just to verify, our decimal was right here. If we went back 3, that's where the decimal was supposed to be. All right, here we have a exponent of +4. So that means my decimal, it's positive, so remember we have to have a big number, so that means we're going back to the right, okay? So it was 6, 8, we go back 1, 2, 3 zeros, okay? So just to show you once more, it was right here. We go back 4 to the right. That's where my decimal is supposed to be. Okay, let's put a comma in here for good measure here. 1, 2, 3, so that's 68,000. Last number, it's not in scientific notation, but we're not trying to get it into scientific notation. So again, see the 9, it's positive. We want to go 9 to the right, so that's 43. We have a 7, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that'll just show what it was. It was right here. You go 9 back to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, I need another 0. Okay, so 9. All right, we're gonna put some commas here. There's one right there, one right there, and one right there. So my answer is a really large number. Okay, so that's 43. Looks like trillion 700 billion. Actually, 43,700,000,000. All right, there you have it. That was standard notation video for Unit 6.